Hello, this is Katrina, Do It For The Bits primary editor. I just wanted to throw a little disclaimer on this episode. Laura and this episode's from like early June, but Laura and I tried a different setup where we were recording on like a wooden table, and we weren't thinking, and we bumped this mic and the table a lot while we were speaking, and we tried really hard for the past couple of months to edit those bumps out, but unfortunately there was not a lot we could do. um, but yeah, just a little sound disclaimer if you're listening with headphones or whatever. Yeah, we tried our best. While we're talking, there's a couple little bumps, but yeah, hopefully it's not too distracting and y'all enjoy the episode. All right. Bye. Love y'all.
Hi, I'm Laura,
Hi, I'm Katrina.
and welcome to Do It For The Bit, where we've been taking
Awkward family
vacations
vacations
since 99. But today we're going to be talking about awkward family vacations.
Yeah, travel, vacations.
Because it's June. It's June 10th today.
Yeah,
And we've been on some vacations recently.
recently.
And so, but we did not go on these vacations together.
No.
These were not hot girl vacations. These were not like little girly trips. They weren't like, oh, like let's go like in a bikini and go take pics
Yeah.
at the beach.
I think
no, this was like where
vacation is a strong use of the word. I think trip would be more appropriate.
Yeah, we went somewhere else, but we still did a lot of stuff.
Right. I think vacation implies a lot more fun and relaxation.
Like nothing to do.
Yeah. Trip, I had an agenda.
There was an itinerary.
Yeah.
We were up at dawn, and we were going.
Yeah. So
let's hop into that.
Yeah. I want to know, like, what went wrong in America to where, like, everyone thought that, like, family vacations were, like, a good idea.
I think you're going to say that they didn't think that they weren't a good idea. Because I love family vacations.
I think it depends on the family.
That's very fair. That's very fair.
It's like, what if I went to, like, some of the most beautiful places in the world, but I went with my brother and my dad.
Did you get your eyebrows done?
I did get my eyebrows done.
They look really good.
I got them done for Riley's wedding. Congratulations, Riley, if you are
Congratulations,
listening.
Riley.
Got to catch up with some old high school
They
besties.
look really good.
Emma and Amanda. Got to hang out with them. It was awesome. Hi, Emma and Amanda, if you were watching.
Oh, and we're going to go see one of them at Barton Springs, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Sarah.
Yes, we're going to see Sarah.
So,
I didn't get to hang out much with her because she was at the
yeah, she
bridesmaid
had stuff going on.
She was a part of
The party.
so I didn't get to talk to her much. But
Weddings.
we're going to go hang out with her later. But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, family vacations.
Okay.
And I got my eyebrows done. Thank you for noticing.
I want to go get my eyebrows done. They're looking a little...
Your eyebrows always look good. You have a naturally excellent shape. Mine are a little bit like Vulcan, and they got like a little dip in them and a little point, and it's a lot.
I just want to clean them up. But anyway.
Yeah. Family vacations.
So, we're...
Like, what if we went to like the most beautiful places in the world, but you went with like people that don't understand you?
who you are deep down at your core.
Like, you have to turn yourself off to be around them, and you just had to try and enjoy the place you were at, but you're not yourself. You're in a shell. Who came up with that? I think that's silly.
Can't relate to that one. So
Yeah.
sorry, Queen.
I know.
I know some people out there are going to be like, yes.
I feel like a shell of a human on a road trip. I understand that you are yourself in any space you walk into, and I admire and I love that. I'm also a little jealous. So, what was your recent trip?
I went to California not once, not twice. Yes, twice. I went like the second weekend of May, and then like the third or fourth weekend of May. So it was like a week apart. So I was in like California, San Antonio, California again. So May was honestly like so tiring because I was traveling a lot. My flight to California the second time was at 5 a.m. We were boarding at 4:45 a.m.
Sinful.
So I had to be up early, and also my car has been going out. So like Dwight is on like the deathbed. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm looking for a car right now.
Dwight's on the ventilator.
She's like
Pull the plug.
She's literally like she's at 27 feet. Okay, that Japanese radish is at 28 feet.
Yeah.
She's about to kick it.
Yeah. She does not have enough energy to make it to the next Japanese
She
radish.
does not. Usually she pulls through, but this time is not it. So I was like, okay, I need to get an Uber to like the airport. But the thing is, I was like, it's 3:30 in the morning that I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
It's not that far from me, and also TSA is super short because it's San Antonio Airport is super, super small.
Mm-hmm.
It has 2 terminals.
Slay.
So it's like A and B, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I have to get an Uber really, really early, because if no one can pick me up, I'll have to drive myself, and then I'll have to find parking, and I can't like drive on the highway. So I was like, I have to be up super, super early. So I left my house at 3:30. I literally, as I was going to sleep that night, I was like, Laura, you are only taking a nap. You're not like you're not going to sleep. You're taking a nap.
It was a nap at nighttime.
It was a nap, but I made it, thank goodness. But anyway, went to California. So May was super, super tiring. I'm exhausted, honestly. And I have not cleaned my house since before May. So now my house is just a wreck. And I'm like, do I have the energy to clean it up? No.
And it's like, it's clouding your mental space.
It is. Literally, like, whenever I'm not doing good up here,
inside.
when I'm not doing good up here, it's like you can immediately tell. Just walk into my room and be like, oh, she's not doing good.
Yeah.
Like, I just gotta clean up my room. But
what were you in California for?
Okay, that sounded so like
No.
interrogative. Like, what were you in California for? With the light on me and everything, I feel like being questioned. So I went to California for Minsaw's birthday. Whee!
Happy birthday, Minto.
It was really fun. We went to Big Bear, and we just
chilled.
We went to we went to this Airbnb, and it was called like the Black House, right?
Okay.
So it was fine. It was cool.
People stopped separating those a while ago, but
well, it was. I was like, that was like its shtick, right?
Okay.
So it was like super minimal and stuff, but like the whole room was painted like black, and then it was like black ceilings and like black floors. So it was super dark, but like it was trying to be chic and stuff. And the only pops of color were like white, and a very, very really unsettling. It was really dark in there because you go outside and it's beautiful. You see like the blue sky. We saw we went to Big Bear Lake. Like it was beautiful, but then you like walk inside and like all of it's just like cold, and dark. But it was very chic.
Not the worst Airbnb we've been in.
Not the worst Airbnb. Y'all want to hear a story?
Oh my god.
Y'all want to hear a story?
Y'all want to hear this?
Let's spin a yarn real quick.
Prom 2018.
Picture this. We're dressed to not the 9s, the 10s, okay?
We were the last to leave the dance floor.
We were literally the last to leave the dance floor.
It was literally, when I say we, I mean just me and Laura.
Like, we were on the dance floor and they were like, guys, please, we are leaving.
Like, English teachers were making this, like wide, like, windmill gesture,
like, guys,
let's go, I want to go home.
We are done chaperoning this event.
We are done watching you children.
Yeah, fair. So we booked it. It was downtown. It was downtown at this like wedding venue, and we booked an Airbnb that was near the wedding venue, so that way we could just go there.
Also, let's just say that the venue itself, nice.
Area.
Yeah, it was like a fortress around this castle, and there was a reason there was a fortress because the surrounding area was.
It was a little rough.
It was a little rough.
It was,
and the thing is,
Houston. on the way to do you remember, were you in Anne's car?
I don't remember.
I was in Anne's car.
Okay.
So our friend Anne, Batty Anne,
yeah,
she was driving and I was in the front seat, and I think it was Janine and Amanda, and I can't remember who else was behind us.
I may not have been in that car, but okay.
Maybe it was Emma.
Okay.
So I think it was us 5 in this car, and as Anne is driving to, I think from the photos to the dinner location, literally she's driving and some guy, she was in like a little like sedan, right? Cute little sedan. This guy in this big old honking truck, bro. Like, he was giving like yee energy. He literally like pulled up beside us and was making like really like gross,
grotesque,
crude, like hand motions, and I was like making kissy faces at us.
Oh, like sexual.
He was being super sexual. He saw young women in a car looking nice, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna go 80 miles an hour to match their speed for 5 minutes and harass them on the highway.
No.
And so I was super scared because then Anne, as she was driving, she would lean down and flip him off. So like if you're the driver, this is Anne, and so she was just like driving like this for a very long time.
Probably in heels.
The thing is she was driving in heels, and I was like, if anyone to have a gun in the car, it would be him.
Yeah.
Right? It would be him. was like, so if like he gets pissed off too much, he will probably like, he would not be shy to pull out a gun.
And you're ruining his day. This was the highlight of his day, and you were ruining it.
I was so terrified driving to the restaurant. And then the thing is, so then she sped off, and we're like, oh my gosh, that was so weird. 10 minutes later, bro, he pulls up again. He pulls up again.
Yeah, I wasn't with y'all for this.
Yeah, and so she flipped him off again, and he thought it was like funny. He was like, oh, like they're trying hard to get, blah, blah, blah. And then like, he drove away. He finally like exited. But like, what the heck?
I'm glad he didn't take the middle finger personally, because if he did, y'all would be in so much danger.
We would...
Yeah.
I was like, if everyone had a gun, like, bro,
the
would.
Lifted truck would.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
I don't flip people off in Houston.
No, not in San Antonio either.
I have flipped people off in Austin. There are a lot of pussy drivers here.
The thing is, in Austin, like, no spine.
No spine, and also no
You
brain.
deserve it. You deserve it.
Well, okay, that's not true. The only road rage incident I've gotten into...
Oh, wait, yeah. Wasn't that right over yonder?
It was in this neighborhood. Was not with another car, but with a guy on a bike, which is the most Austin bullshit ever.
Did he have like a GoPro on his his helmet?
No. He was like...
I wish he did.
He looked like scary ex-military guy on a bike, and he was screaming at me because I was driving down the alley behind our house.
Yeah.
And he couldn't fit going the other way, and he started screaming at me to back up, and I was like, dog, you're on a bike, just like take 2 steps to the side in someone's driveway and I can get past you. Like, I'm sorry my vehicle in this alley is taking up space. He made me put in reverse.
Also, were you it was like the don't enter, right?
Well, it was that stretch, yeah.
So it's
right
like it says like do not enter, but also like who cares, right?
It's
a neighborhood.
It's
like,
the entrance to an alleyway. It's not actually a street. And
yeah,
it's an entrance to the alleyway to get to my house.
Yeah,
and I know where he lives. He lives that way, so he didn't need to be in that alley.
What are you doing in the alley?
What are you doing in the alley?
What are you doing in the Devil's Sacrament?
What are you doing at the Devil's Sacrament? Anyways, so that is the only time I've been in a road rage incident. It was my giant Ford Expedition versus a bike, and the bike won. I had to put my ass in reverse. It was so humiliating.
You should have just honked at him.
I did. I was like, dude, move. And he was like, he started screaming at me, and I was like, I'm sorry you're sad about your life because you don't have a car.
You don't have anything going on that you want to do other than this right now?
You want to yell at a little girl in a big car?
You want to yell at me?
Understand that I'm always the victim. And that's a really cool mentality to have. I will not take any responsibility because you were kind of mean.
That's going to get clipped out in the future, and then Tucker Carlson's going to be like, is this what we want, America? Victim mentality? Yeah. I'm a little girl, bro.
Oh my god, like, literally, what is it about being 23 and a girl that you don't understand?
I'm literally a little girl. I'm 23, like... Just let me get my pink drink.
I was like...
Let me listen to Taylor Swift.
I was like...
And Ice Spice.
50 yards from my own house, and I was screamed at. I was like...
I don't deserve that.
I don't deserve that.
I've never had a road rage accident in ever. Except for like that.
Oh my god, I've had another one in Austin where I was at a Goodwill, and I was just in the parking lot, and I was walking past a car, and she had her brake lights on, but she wasn't moving, and I walked behind her because she wasn't moving, and I walked past. She had all of her windows down, started screaming at me outside the window like, oh yeah, walk behind a car that's backing out, you fucking idiot. She said that? And I was like, what? Girl, you weren't moving. You're still in the space fully.
It's pedestrians' right of way, bro.
Yeah, I was like
you're
dude,
in the wrong both ways.
If I shocked or surprised you and you decide I was a fucking idiot for that. Like, if you didn't see the pedestrian, that is like 100%
That's your fault.
She was not moving. She was still in the space. She just had it. It was in reverse. It was in reverse. Brake, and she had a foot on the pedal brake. She was not moving. And I literally, it's not like I stood behind her car. I just walked past.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, walk behind a reversing car, you fucking idiot. I was like...
It's like, whoa, hey. All right.
Something snapped when she did that. And I put on this, like, a sickly sweet smile, and I put my hands on my knees, and I leaned down, and I said, ma'am, you have a great day. And she said, fuck you. I was like, I shouldn't have done that. There was a bear, and I took a stick and I poked it.
You
have a great day. Yeah.
Fuck you. That's awesome. I wonder if she's like one of those like people who's like, oh my gosh, like just like send out the good energy and like you'll get good energy.
She was like a cranky like late 60s woman.
I bet she goes to church and she like preaches kindness.
Yeah, she had like a beat up Corolla and
she makes a mean like potato salad and she brings it to the church cookout.
If she had I don't think she had a gun in the car, but if she had a wooden spoon, I would have been in trouble.
She would like, get over here.
Bent me over and just fuck you.
You have a great day.
Man.
That's awesome. That's really good. I like that.
I shouldn't have done that. That's a stupid thing to do.
You should have though.
She was in a car and prepared to hit me, apparently.
Were you like already past?
I was past her because
you were fine. You were good to go. She can't get you anymore.
The angles wouldn't have worked for her to be able to.
She would have had to like pull like a 3-point
She's
turn
gonna have to do
get
like
you.
A J turn.
And at that point, you're already gone. You're already in the goodwill.
I can outrun a J turn.
Okay. And in that little Corolla, you gotta like really like work it. Come on now.
Yeah, so those are some road rage incidents, not family vacation topic at all. We got a little. Anyways, back to prom. We were so far removed. We went family vacation, and then we were talking about Airbnbs, which reminds us we've got to go back to prom.
Yeah.
So this venue, horrible area. Me and Laura tore up the dance floor until the English teachers told us to get the heck out.
Please, it's time.
It's time. The final song was "Come On, Eileen." I remember we spun around.
We did, and you were wearing tennis shoes. I was wearing Chacos.
Oh my god, that's like so quirky.
We're very quirky for that.
Oh my god.
If you ever thought we weren't quirky, think again.
Like, honestly, like that's you can take that to the bank.
Quirked up.
These two women,
bitches, these two little girls, are quirked up on a Saturday evening.
I wasn't wearing. I mean, you couldn't see that I was wearing tennis shoes.
No, because our dresses were long. They were full-length dresses.
Yeah, I couldn't wear my heels any longer. It was way too painful.
Mine were not comfortable at all.
Yeah, big mistakes. You can't see the heels in the photos either. So I'm like, why do we do this to ourselves?
I know. I was like,
than
we can't.
But it's
about like the getting ready of it all.
You
get the shoes,
the intricate
rituals, the intricate rituals of being a woman.
Right.
But anyway, so we left. It was midnight. We left. We go to the Airbnb. Yeah. First of all,
if it's close to this venue, that means it is in a bad area.
It's a little rough.
It's a little rough.
So we go to this Airbnb, and first of all, we don't know where we're supposed to park because the parking instructions were not very clear.
Yeah, this is a bare bones Airbnb. This host did not say much.
We are so confused on how to like get into like the building itself. I remember we were having like a lot of problems, like actually putting in the code wasn't working. We were trying every single thing we could do and we were not getting in, and I was terrified because I had booked the Airbnb and I was like,
being stuck out here, we were sitting,
we were so tired.
Yeah, and it was obviously, and also I don't know if this was surprising you guys, but we didn't have dates, so it was all women.
It was all women. Women's stories matter.
Women's stories matter. Yeah, we didn't have dates because we had dates one year and we
had dates for homecoming our senior year,
and we were like,
and it was just not all that it was cracked up to be.
We were like, I just like hanging out with my friends while dressed nice, so I'm just gonna hang out with my girls. I'm not doing this again.
Yeah. Also, it wasn't particularly a choice to go without dates our senior year for prom. But even if it was, I would not have wanted to. I want this to be clear.
Let's be clear. Like, we weren't asked.
No one asked me to prom. And I'm fine about that, because I probably would have said no thank you.
If someone did, though, we would have said no. Because the time we went with dates,
it was like, it was fine.
They're, like, fine. It's just, like...
But it's, like, I'm trying to, like, not throw ass because I'm a little girl, but also, like, I'm trying to have as much fun as I can with my friends.
With my friends.
And I love dancing with my friends, and I don't want to have to, like, worry about if someone else is having fun.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to worry about if
I don't want to be like, oh, where's my date, or whatever. Like, I just want to hang out with my friends.
I just want to have fun with my friends. Excellent.
Yeah, and also no one was interested. So
so it actually worked out.
It worked out.
Great.
It worked out.
And
anyway, so we're in a bad part of Houston. It is 2 car full
of women who are dressed nice, little girls who are dressed nice.
Yeah, and we're stuck outside this gated apartment. The apartment complex looked like a motel.
Yeah, it wasn't particularly nice. But we just needed a place to stay.
Old. We just needed a place to stay. It was late. It was like
I'm just remembering literally every single thing about this like place, and it was so scary.
This shit was terrifying. Okay, so we finally get into the Airbnb. It's It is clearly a male-owned apartment.
And it's a male, like, landlord owned. Because that paint was thick. It was the landlord special.
It was the landlord special.
But it wasn't, like, a cream or a beige. It was bright orange. It was bright red.
Yeah.
It was green and blue and bright yellow. And it wasn't just, like, a splash.
Oh.
It was the whole wall was red. Mm-hmm. Or it was, like, there was... The master bedroom was, like... red, orange, and yellow, like, blocks of paint.
Yeah,
on the wall.
It was an artistic.
It was like
choice.
subway tile. It was like subway tile,
yeah.
but huge.
But yeah, so squares.
It was squares. No, excuse me, rectangles.
It was rectangles. No, not squares. That's Ice Spice quote. No, not squares.
Okay.
It's whenever they ask her if she would like date. What are you into? Are you into, like, gangsters? And she's like, no, not gangsters. And then they're like, so you like squares? No, not squares. But she had a crush on SpongeBob SquarePants, who is ironically a square. That is a square.
It's in his name.
It's in the name. So, little Ice Spice trivia for you guys. No, not squares.
No, not squares.
No, not gangsters. Anyways.
So it was designed by a male landlord.
He was trying his best to do some sort of theme.
And the theme was not... The
theme was
room
scary
had its
as
own
fuck.
name.
Yeah, all the colors were, like, fully saturated.
It was literally just the colors of the rainbow. No change in hue or saturation. It was just straight up, and they were just orange.
Ooh, it was strong. Yeah, and also there was no overhead lighting. It was super dark in there.
It was, and
which made the colors upsetting.
All the ceilings were super low,
really low.
And, like, we could just,
and it was a popcorn ceiling,
yeah,
so if you like jumped, you would just scrape.
And there was like a whiteboard wall that had
it had the alphabet letters,
but it didn't have the whole alphabet,
so you couldn't spell out fun messages.
But I think
you could only do sort of ransom note-esque.
I think we said horse glue on, like, the I think we left that as, like, our message on the whiteboard before,
because that's all we could really spell.
And also we were playing, I think, Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, very high school no date of us.
It was so fun.
Yeah, no, but we've left out some of the key elements.
The thing is, so as bad as this apartment was, the thing is, you walk into the living room. First of all, the couches are, like, all stained.
Yeah.
They were all stained.
I have no idea what the original color could have been. It was like a brown gray, right? It was brown gray, and then it was just stained. And
it was stained. There were various stains that we didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And so you walk in. There's, like, a fireplace that kind of juts out from the wall, right? Like that. And guess what's on it? Not paint. Mod Podge.
It's Mod Podge.
But not just any, like, vision board. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess a vision board for, like, murderers.
So the entire wall is just newspapers that have been, like, just, like, Mod Podge sealed onto.
You can tell because
there's wall.
There's bubbles in it.
There's bubbles. It's not a perfect job. It's not like a wallpaper print.
No, it's a DIY.
Like, if I got my finger into one of the bubbles, I could peel off one article. Mm-hmm. And every paper was of a famous assassination or tragic event or murder.
So, like, what the hell?
So, like, that leads us asking the question, what the hell?
Who runs this place, and why is this on your fireplace? Why is this?
It is the centerpiece of the living space.
You walk in, it's the first. I think, like, it was like the fireplace was like that, and then, like, the two walls beside it were bright red.
Yeah,
it was literally bright red. It was like blood red, and then with assassination, murders, and awful events.
Murder wall.
Like, these, and you could tell that he didn't, like, print these out. Like, he had to specifically.
No, they were newspapers.
Like, they were newspapers. Where do you find... It was literally like an Abraham Lincoln newspaper.
Yeah, it was... Well, I mean, I guess maybe he was buying it from a prop store, but it's like... It was like Lincoln assassination, JFK. I think there was something about Bonnie and Clyde on one of them.
I think so. Was there something about 9/11? I don't recall.
I don't remember 9/11. I do think I remember Ted Kaczynski.
I don't know this name.
He actually just passed away today.
Today?
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, Unabomber. He's the mail bomber.
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know anything about the Unabomber. People say this, and I don't know anything about it.
I'm a 23-year-old woman, and I don't know anything about the Unabomber.
Like,
you could tattoo that on my lower back.
I literally, like, have heard this name in, like,
oh my God,
so many different, like references and media and, like, culture. I don't know who this guy is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
He's single! Just kidding, he's dead.
Guy didn't want to ask me to prom.
Yeah, Unabomber Ted Kaczynski found dead in prison
okay,
cell
but, like, what
4 hours ago. This is fresh, he's still warm. And you're just now... It's so sad when famous people pass away and you only learn about their legacy after they die.
I don't know what he did. I don't know what he's famous for. I don't know anything about this guy.
Consider yourself lucky.
What did he do?
You live in a Unabomber free...
But, like, wasn't it, like, in, like, the early, like, 2000s or whatever? Like, the 90s? Like, I wasn't, like, conscious.
Okay. He was captured in the 90s. 96.
Okay, so, like, this is, like, before I was born.
You can't be responsible for knowing him.
How?
A lone bomber.
Okay.
Unabomber. A lone bomber terrorized the nation for nearly 20 years, planting...
20 years?
That's embarrassing. How do you not catch that guy? A lone bomber terrorized the nation for nearly 20 years, planting bombs that killed 3 Americans and injured many more before his capture in 1996. Ted Kaczynski.
So he bombed stuff.
Yes.
What did he bomb?
I believe it was mailboxes. Like he put them in, like you open your mail and...
Why? Like, what's the point?
We have the privilege of not living in fear more, because his ass is dead 4 hours ago.
That's crazy.
But yes, I do believe there was an article about Ted Kaczynski plastered on the wall.
That's awesome.
In our prom Airbnb.
Yeah, so we actually named this Airbnb the Murder House.
Yes, which is not what it was listed at, which was super misleading.
Also, do you remember the towels? The bathroom. Let's go to the bathroom.
Now let's go into the bathroom. Let's set the scene.
So we go into the bathroom, right?
It's damp.
It's really humid in there. It's humid as Houston, bro.
Like it's damp. It's palpable.
You can taste it. You could stick your tongue out and be a little refreshed.
Like condensation is just like furrowing on your brows, like grass in morning dew.
And you would think that with all the dampness, the cloth wouldn't be hard. The towels were so crunchy. They were literally like old ass Bachelor 2003 towels.
These were,
and they were crunchy. They were like dark green.
I'd put them under the category of rag over towel. Towel is giving it a little bit too much.
They are not plush. They are not plush at all.
These were rags, and they were crunchy, scratchy, exfoliating gods. I don't know if I did shower. Shit, I did shower because into the bathtub there was no spout in the bathtub.
Yeah,
it was a sawed-off pool noodle
that was just kind of stuck on
to the pipe coming into the bathtub. So whenever you turned on the shower, it would shoot out the pool. Noodle, and you'd have to like. I forgot what you had to pull to get it to go through the shower.
You'd have to like jimmy the pool noodle to make the water like
go through the shower. Because you, in a normal thing, you have the like little thing you pull off the spout,
or you like pull whatever,
but
and it changes that.
When it's a sawed-off pool noodle,
that's not there anymore.
What do you yank on? What do you?
So instead, you just kind of jimmy the pool noodle into the wall.
Yeah.
Kind of turn a little bit, and then somehow the water figures out. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be up there.
Yeah. And that was honestly so upsetting to figure out at 2 in the morning.
2 in the morning. And the thing is, before we showered and everything, we got Whataburger.
Yeah.
We got into someone's car, and it was enough to like where everyone could have a seat, but we had like 2 people in like the backpack.
Oh yeah,
where there was like in the trunk.
Yeah.
But then we went to the Whataburger, and there were cops at the Whataburger.
There were so many cops. I understand that's a 24-hour establishment, and cops have night shifts.
But also,
leave,
bro.
Go sit in your car and patrol. This is a terrible area. like
you're not helping anyone at Whataburger.
You are sitting. I'm gonna. Give me your badge number. I'm gonna tell the captain that you were sitting in Whataburger for your entire shift.
I'm tattletaling.
What are my tax dollars for?
Like.
I say my tax dollars. I was 18 at the time.
Yeah, and?
Yeah. So, what are our tax dollars paying for? For you to sit in a Whataburger all night?
Enjoying your sweet tea while we're having to
and your honey butter chicken biscuit.
We're having to clown car out of, because we can't open the trunk and let everyone out. We have to,
because there's cops in there.
And then they would know that we're not buckled up. So we have to have everyone like get out of the car and then just
buckle
keep
up, Texas.
getting out of the car.
Yes.
It was a clown car. It was like 8 of us.
It was just,
or 9 of us in
like
this car.
9 single women falling out of a car, trying to like not let the cops in the Whataburger know.
We are breaking the law.
We're not buckled up, Texas.
And that's a shame.
That's a damn shame. But yeah, so then we go to Whataburger, we go back to the murder house. The sawed-off pool noodle is upsetting for everyone. Everyone's pillows are so
flat.
They didn't have covers on them. They were raw. And they were flat and stained yellow. And it was so humid and damp in there.
It was literally...
that, like, you've pressed in, like, a mist.
It was just, like...
It was a mist that came forth out of...
And all the... Do you remember, like the twin bedroom?
Yeah.
Like, the twin beds were, like, really... Like, they were skinny. The mattresses were skinny.
Yeah.
And, like, curling up, like, you couldn't fall asleep comfortably in there. Like, you weren't like, ooh, I get to, like, go to sleep now.
Well, like for multiple reasons. I think the ambiance alone... You could have had, like, a plush bed or, like, a Tempur-Pedic in there. I wouldn't have slept well. I would
have slept better. I would have slept better with...
It's at the forefront of my mind.
Yeah, because who does that? Who does that?
We did not check the place for cameras.
No.
We should have, because this was early in Airbnbs, like...
And the thing is, I remember looking at, like, the reviews, and people were like, oh yeah, it was great, like, he was so nice, blah, 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 like, whatever.
I'm sure he's nice. That's how he lures you in. Like, I mean...
But it was really, really bad. And I remember in, like, the review, I was like, bro, do not trust these pictures. It does not look like this. These pictures are doing a huge... There's a lot of weight on their back, because they are pulling, like...
face-tuned Airbnb photos.
It was bad.
Oh my god. I remember the pictures almost looked not like nice, but almost classy.
I was like, okay.
I was like, oh, some of the accent walls are dark red. You get there.
It could be a little chic.
You get there and it's blood red, and it leads to the newspaper mache
DIY newspaper Mod Podge
of murder altar
homage.
I remember so clearly the first one I spotted was the JFK one, and I was like,
I saw Abe Lincoln first, and I was like, okay.
And I was like, oh, so there's like a president's theme? And I was like, wait, these are both and then I saw the other ones, and I was like, Bonnie and Clyde?
Like, these are just bad things that happened.
These are just bad things that happened.
So
yeah. Anyways, that was our prom story. So we did not go to a beach house.
No, the next day, though, a group of us went to the beach.
That's right. I didn't go.
We went to the beach. I went to the beach.
Yeah.
We went to Galveston. It was really, really nice.
I was honestly exhausted. I did not mind missing that.
That's fair. We went to Sweet on Paris, and we got like crepes and whatever.
Okay. Oh, I remember that. That was fun. I was there for that.
We got crepes, and it was yummy, and then we split off in our groups.
Yeah. That prom was at least when they say prom was like a movie, They do not mean horror movie. But
unless you're talking about Carrie, because then so true, girl.
So true. But
like, yeah.
We did not have that happen. We had a wonderful time at the prom.
That was awesome.
It was the after party that was a bit memorable.
Yeah.
For the wrong reasons.
We were talking about family vacations.
Yeah, but you made the mistake of bringing up an Airbnb in California, and I just had to say something.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's where we got it.
Yeah, because you were in the Black House.
Yeah, the Black House. And we went to the Murder House.
Yeah. Basically just American Horror Story season names.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, anyways, back to family vacations.
Family vacations. Well, I mean...
Next one you went to Yosemite.
Yeah, Yosemite. So,
for your second California trip.
Mm-hmm, for Memorial Day, went to Yosemite. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. We,
Do you want to confess anything?
Girl, let me get to it.
Okay.
Let me tell a story. Can I have any build up?
I thought this would be what you led with. So I'm sorry.
I want to set the tone first.
Okay. Set the tone and then let the people know.
Let me do what I got into to tell the story.
Okay.
So there I am in Yosemite. I get to my sister's house. It's awesome. Mm-hmm. First of all, the drive from
LAX.
No, from Anaheim to Yosemite was literally like 10 hours long.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was not that long on the way back, but leaving on like Friday afternoon, like Friday during like the noon, it was so hard to get out of. It was so hard to get out of like Orange County.
I mean, Memorial Day weekend.
It is, but like also like there were so many crashes. Like we were just stuck in traffic for so long. Literally, like we were in a part where like it was like 2 whole hours were added to our trip.
Oh my god.
Because of how bad the traffic was. It was awful. But when I tell you, I read so many books.
In the car?
In the car. Dude, I only brought one book with me, and I was like, damn, I should have brought more books. And then I remembered I have a Libby app, which means that I can, like, have my library, like my San Antonio library, on my phone.
Oh, that's so slay of them.
I read, I finished the Inheritance Games. Okay. I finished that series. So I read 2 books, and then I read 4 Percy Jackson books.
Laura, I also read Percy Jackson while I was in California.
So now I am on The Son of Neptune.
Oh my god. Wait, which one did you read?
So, what?
Which ones did you read?
Well, I read like the like original like
the okay.
Yeah, so like Percy Jackson 1, 2, 3, 4, Heroes of the Lightning Thief.
Titan's Curse.
No.
Or excuse me, Sea of Monsters.
Sea of Monsters, Titan's Curse, Battle of the Labyrinth. So I read those 4.
You didn't read Last Olympian?
Well, I did, but I didn't read that on the trip.
Oh.
I read that one on the plane.
Okay. That one's so good.
Mm-hmm. So I read like all of Percy Jackson during this trip, and then I started The Lost Hero, finished it like yesterday, and then I started Son of Neptune yesterday as well.
Wow.
So good. But anyway, because it's such a long drive.
Yeah.
Everywhere. I was like, I have to read.
I must say, I'm so envious that you can read in the car.
Mm-hmm. And it's on my phone too. Like it's
I get a huge headache if I'm not driving. I
would rather be the passenger princess any day.
I know. I drove to San Antonio and picked her up and brought her to Austin.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
It's very nice. But anyway, so we went to Yosemite. I read a lot of books. And so we were only there. So we drove up. We got there Friday. We went to a hostel. The hostel was fine. Like, the towels there were very much giving, like, it was giving...
Used?
It was giving the same towels as that Airbnb.
Okay, so crunchy
and also like not big enough and also like threadbare.
Okay.
So I got out of that shower. It took a minute to dry off.
Yeah.
Anyways,
had to work at it.
Yeah, you have to give it a moment. So there we are, right? We go to Yosemite, and also it's so touristy, right? It's Memorial Day. Everyone is there. There's little kids everywhere. It's crazy. And we're gonna go to we drive in, beautiful. We see El Capitan, it's beautiful. We see the 3 brothers, oh my gosh. And because it has rained so much in California recently, the Yosemite Falls, like the waterfall, is flowing. It literally sounds like there's thunder all day because
that's so cool.
The way it hits the rocks. It's gorgeous. And we pack our stuff. So we brought our groceries so we could make like PB&Js in the car and stuff and like have like snacks and stuff. We pack it all up. And we're gonna go find the trail because we're gonna go take the we're gonna hike up to the top of Yosemite Falls, which, fun fact, is the tallest waterfall in North America.
Oh, very cool.
So I hiked that this last month. So we get our stuff, we get going, and here's the tea. My sister is a marathon runner.
Right.
Her friend Kang, he is an ultra marathon runner. He trail runs. Okay, so he's a runner as well.
Yeah.
And then Matt is also there with us. He is very in shape. He's very in shape. Me, I'm in shape, right?
Yes.
But not like that.
There's a difference between in shape and then like going the extra miles.
Like
running.
My sister's like, oh, I'm not a real runner because I haven't run an ultra marathon. What? She's crazy for that.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
But no, so they got stamina.
Yeah. And
I do too, but not like that because we're already like at a really high elevation. And
I do not do well in elevation.
I don't do well either.
I'm just embarrassing and like
I can't breathe. Like, and I'm like literally we do 2 switchbacks. I'm like, break. I need a break. And so we're starting up. Here's the thing. It's 3.5 miles up, 3.5 miles down.
Okay.
Which doesn't seem super hard because it's mostly like, it's just 3.5 miles. But it's all switchback. There's almost never a point where it's flat or just like slightly inclined terrain. It's literally all like this.
Yeah.
It's all this.
Just zigzagging up.
No, this is the incline.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
zigzagging up.
Yeah.
but you're walking up this, and then you're walking it up. So you're on these switchbacks for 3.5 miles all the way straight up this mountain.
And it's already high elevation.
It's already high elevation. And it just felt like I was on a Stairmaster for 7 hours. Like, I kid you not. It was literally 3.5 hours of just Stairmastering. Because, and the thing is, usually, like, on the hikes and stuff, it's, like, just packed earth, so it's really, like, nice on your knees. It doesn't hurt too much. But this was all super rocky because it snows there a lot. And so if the packed dirt's going to, like, fall apart, so they have to have a lot of rocks.
Yeah.
So you're going up on these, like, super, like, intense rocks, and sometimes there's steps, sometimes they're just big rocks, and then sometimes it's, like, cobblestone up, covered in sand. So you're walking up these sandy, like, cobblestones, and you can't get your footing, and then there's this one point where you're just going up, and it was just straight sand. So I literally felt like I was not moving at all. Like, my feet were dragging so hard. We got to this one point where I was like, guys, I'm gonna be really honest, I do not know if I can finish this, because it was so difficult. It was so hard. I was like, and then Kang was like, no, like, we're literally halfway there. Like,
hearing that from ultra marathoners, I would be like, shut up, I don't know, it's the truth, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
I didn't know if I was gonna make it. I was like, guys, like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. Like, this is really, really difficult. And he's like, no, like, trust me, like, we're on our break now, so, like, it's not that hard, we're halfway there. We were a quarter in.
Oh.
We were a quarter in.
No.
We were a quarter in. So then we just keep going up these switchbacks. Literally, we get to this one point where it's, like, literally just rocks, but because of all the rain, it's like a forest. It's like a rainforest, so everything's misty, and the rocks are super slippery, and there's, like, water running down it, and so you're trying so hard not to slip and fall. It was so difficult. So anyway, we get up to the top, finally, after so many breaks, after, like, me thinking I'm gonna, like, my heart, like, was beating so fast. It took, we were going 1 mile an hour.
Yeah.
1 mile an hour. We finally get up to the top, and oh my gosh, it was so worth it. I'm very glad I finished it, because also, like, I can be like, yes, I hiked that. That was, like, the hardest hike I've ever done, but I did do it. But also, like, it was the beautiful view, because you see, like, the entire valley of the Yosemite. You see Half Dome. Like, it's just so, it was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh. But then I'm at the top. Oh, and also, actually, one more thing. So, like, we're at the top, right? And, like, we see, like, the river that goes into, like, the falls and stuff. And there's this sign. And, like, obviously, like, don't get in the river, right? It's, like, flowing. It's so, all the water is white because it's so, like, fast moving. And, like, there's this one sign. It's, like, do not swim in this water. Do not get in this water. Like, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I don't remember what it said, but the last sentence said, there is no second chance. And, that just sends, like, chills down my spine.
Bro, the amount of people that have died at national parks.
Because they're, like, just doing stupid stuff.
They're doing stupid shit. Literally, what is it? I think it's Yellowstone. Yellowstone, people get, like, they go into the, like, their dog will be off a leash or something, and it'll run into the pools.
Old Faithful.
Yeah, like, the different, like, hot
the geysers
things,
or whatever?
The geysers. They'll run into the pool, and the person will run after them. Dog's already dead, but as soon as they get in the water, it's so hot that
Do they melt?
Their skin just comes right off.
Oh.
Then they die. It's really bad.
Yeah. Like
you're not supposed, there's plenty of signage, but like, people do stupid shit at national parks. People go missing at national parks every single year.
It's crazy. Like, it's like, be so safe at a national park.
It is just wilderness with, like, a team of 20 operating it every day.
Going up the switchbacks, I saw, like, a cot, like, chained in just in case someone, like, fell. And, like, they had, like this, like, rangers, like, stuff and whatever. But, like, 98% of, or, like, 95% of, like, Yosemite is, like, wilderness. Just straight wilderness. So it's, like, you go off trail, figure it out. Yeah. It's terrifying.
And people, like, don't, like, pack for nature the way, like, people used to. People don't have compasses. I had to use a compass, like, 2 or 3 times on our trip because there was no service, and we were, like, on some trails that not a lot of people go on, and I had, like, there was, like, a fork, but there was, like, no signage, so I had to get, like, the map out, and then I had to, like, line it up with north, and I was like, okay, we gotta go this way. Like, People
don't know how to do stuff.
People don't know how to do things, and that's okay.
But just like be prepared.
But
like
be prepared.
If you're gonna go on like a very popular hike, like you're fine.
You're fine. You're fine.
Like this hike, very fine. I don't have to do anything. It was made for me. I'm good.
But if you're on a trail where you're having to put one foot in front of the other, and deep woods, and there's multiple like windy roads, and there's like forks and stuff.
No, you gotta be
always. If you were gonna go to a national park, always stop by the visitor center and talk to someone there. Ask for recommendations. They're super helpful.
Dude, the volunteer at our park was like, oh yeah, this is it's like a harder hike. Like, it's really fun. It's a beautiful view. That was the one we went on. I was like, are you kidding me?
Okay, she's probably acclimatized. We are from Houston, which is basically below sea level.
But anyway, so we get to the top. We eat our lunch. I'm exhausted. I cannot walk anymore. I don't want to do any more walking. I don't want to hike anymore. I just want to sit down and chill. And then there was this like point a little bit further away from us that Emily, King, and Matt were like, okay, we want to go over there. It's like a little bit further. It's like 0.8 miles over there. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I made it up here. I got my pictures up here. I'm going to eat my sandwich and I'm going to chill. And then I was like, oh boy. My stomach started rumbling and I was like, oh no. I gotta shit really bad. I'm like, I have to poop.
Okay.
There's nothing I can do about it. Because the thing is, on the switchback, there's no way that you can just kind of like go into like...
Yeah.
You're on a straight mountainside.
Yeah.
You're on a straight mountainside.
There's no like
there's
forest
no privacy.
to go.
Yeah. And like if you're on a regular trail, you could just like go behind a bush real quick.
Yeah.
This was like you're either on the top of the mountain, you're on the side of the mountain, or you're at the bottom of the mountain. Okay? There's no in between. And there's no privacy on the side of the mountain. So I'm like, all right, it will take 3.5 hours to hike down. Period. So I cannot wait 3.5 hours. So I gotta go take care of some business. And so I say goodbye to my friends. And I'm like, I'm just gonna go poop.
You let them know about your journey?
Yeah.
That's smart. That's for safety.
For safety. Because we're splitting up. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna go shit.
You're gonna go unload.
I'm gonna go do what I need to do.
Yeah.
And then I'm either gonna take a little nap and chill.
I'm gonna shit and pass out. You guys can hike a little bit more to go see that other scenic viewpoint that's like 0.8 miles away. I'm gonna go shit in private and pass out. And you let them know, and that's good for safety reasons. And see, if I were you, I'll be honest, my pride, I would say, I really gotta pee.
No, I was like, because the thing is, I was like, I know King runs trails, right? So he knows this, and I was like, King.
If someone tells me that they run trails, that means they shit in the woods regularly.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're a trail runner, like you're running up and down. What are you gonna do? If you gotta do it, nature calls, man. So I was like, hey man, come here real quick. So I gotta poop really bad. What do I do? And he was like, just go do it. Everyone does it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And the thing is, I follow, Renee and Tim who like hike. You don't know, they're not in real life, like on like Instagram or whatever, like the thru hikers.
Mm-mm.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, these two people, they hike. It's like a husband and wife, and they like hike everywhere. They like made dehydrated dinners.
They're the dehydrated food people.
Yeah.
I love their stuff.
They're awesome.
They're so sweet.
They're so good. And so, but they made a like a little video, and they're like, here's how we poop when we're on the trail.
Okay.
And I watched that video.
Holding hands.
They're like, okay, let's go, bestie.
Bestie.
But they're like, you have to do it like away from a water source, like 6 inches deep, blah blah blah. And so I remembered all the information, and so I was like, I'm gonna put this information to use right now. And so
Did you have a little spade?
I found a stick.
Okay.
Smart, resourceful, Girl Scouts. And so I'm at the top of the mountain, and people are just like on the rock at the very like near the fall, because that's where the view is. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go super deep into like the top of the mountain, and at this point it kind of hurts to walk. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, it hurts. So I'm scouting around.
Things are cramping. All areas.
I'm not feeling good anywhere. So I'm trying to like find this place. I'm trying to find a spot that's kind of secluded.
Yeah.
And far away from people. I don't want anyone.
And soft earth, so you can bury it.
So I can dig 6 inches in and like do what I need to do. And I find this one spot. It's like bushes on one side that are pretty high up. I made sure I was like, okay, if I'm squatting, you can't see the top of my head, so no one knows I'm here.
Okay.
And then it was kind of like a rock was over here behind me, and then there was like a big tree log behind me, so I was secured.
Okay.
So I got a stick.
Got to digging.
I was like, okay, I tested. I was like, my hand is probably like right around here, like 6 inches. I was like, let me just, okay. Took off my leggings and just did what I needed to do.
And then you took the stick and
then I put I buried it, and then I got a big rock and then I put it on top of it.
Like a grave.
Because that's what you're supposed to do. I did it by the book, okay? I did this by the book. I'm a smart, responsible, leave no trace except a little bit kind of girl, okay?
Right.
And I felt so much better. Like, the thing is, as like scared as I was, I was like, and the thing is, I was like, do I have to pee? Do I have to pee as well? So I tried to pee, and just like the way that you're squatting, like it just was not conducive
optimal
to pissing.
No.
So
I
did not.
Yeah.
I did not. I had to hold.
The trajectory of things.
The way that like everything, it just doesn't work out.
It doesn't work, which is
and
so
also
stupid.
I was a little nervous, so I couldn't do it.
You got pee shy.
Yeah.
But you were openly shitting in a hole.
Yes.
Okay.
So
duly noted.
So I did what I needed to do. I covered it up. I buried it, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, you know what? They're probably still like hiking or whatever over there. I want to go down right now. I don't want to wait anymore. I want to be done with this hike.
Did you take off without them?
Well, I told them.
Oh.
I was like, we can meet. I'm gonna go shit.
Right.
And we can meet. And then I'm gonna leave. Okay. So we'll meet at the lodge, which we had met there before. Like, we know where that is. Apparently, I did not. So we go down. I start going down, and I'm like, oh my! Literally, as I'm going down, like the rocks, it's hurting my knees so much because it's at such an intense incline.
Yeah.
And it's just like
constant.
It's constant.
No relief.
So I'm literally like, ow.
You were shit.
I was literally
you were shitting and grunting and moaning and crying and sweating on this.
I was literally
beautiful American landmark.
I was literally like being such a diva. I was like, ow. Like, I was being such a diva on the way down. I was being such a diva, and I didn't care. I was like, I'm tired of this. I'm over this. I'm done. I get down, finally. I'm like towards like a more earthen part. Kang is like, oh, hey, Laura, what's up? So he'd already hiked down. He saw me, and we hiked together down a little bit. And then he waited for Emily and Matt, and I was like, I'm leaving. I'm not waiting for anyone because y'all gonna have to wait for me, and I want to be done with this now.
Yeah.
So I go. We go down, and then finally we're done with it. Okay. Thank God. This was like the worst hike I've ever done. I like hiking.
Yeah.
I love being outdoors. I love hiking, but this was just the worst hike ever. And the thing is, by the time we finished, it was around 6:00 in the evening, and people were starting to go up. And then one of them asked my sister, was like, oh, like, how long did it take you? And she was like, 7 hours round trip. And then he was like, ugh. And she's like, you should turn around. You should turn around because it was going to get dark soon. It was going to get slippery. And guess what? Going down, the sand on the rocks going down, nightmare. No matter how safe you were slipping and falling. Like, there was nothing you could do. So we get down, and we're waiting for my sister. So Matt and Kang are there waiting for Emily. And I'm like, I'm just going to go to the lodge right now because I need to pee, and I really need water. I was out of water at that point. And I was like, I'm just going to go to the lodge. I'll see y'all there. They were like, okay. So I go to the lodge. But the thing is I did not know where the lodge was, actually. So I walk to where they thought the lodge was. And I'm like, okay, it's not here. I went too far. And then I go back the way the lodge is. And I'm like, okay, it's not here. And at this point, I'm on the verge of tears. I want to be done. I don't like this anymore. I'm not having any fun. And I'm like, I'm asking people, and I'm trying to like be like, put together a little bit.
Like,
so
hey, like where's the lodge?
When I want to be like,
where's the lodge? Is the lodge?
And people were like, oh, it's just like 5-minute walk down that way. And I'm like, I was just over there. It was literally like not on the road, which I thought it was. It was like in the road for some reason. Like there was no signage. There was signage of like different things because it's like touristy area, but there was no signage of where to find the lodge. So I was lost. I was walking around. And my phone is on airplane mode because I don't want it searching for the signal. So I'm like, I can't find the lodge. I'm stuck. And there's no water. And I was like, I'm almost there. If
there's like an aerial view of your situation, dude, it's like the lodge is like right here and you're just running in a circle.
Dude, I was
pissing, shitting, sweating, crying.
I was having the
gasping, moaning.
I was having the worst time
huffing
at this point.
And puffing.
Huffing, puffing, and duffing, bro. I'm done. I'm over it. And so finally, I call my sister and I'm like, guys, because I realized like, I'm at the bottom. I can call her.
Yeah.
So she's like, we're at the gift shop. Where are you? And I was like, we're at the gift shop? I want to go to the gift shop. Because they went to the lodge, and then they were all like, oh,
let's go to the gift shop.
They were like, they waited for me, and then they're like, oh, I mean, maybe she went to the gift shop. No, they just wanted to go to the shop without me. Okay, rude. I go to the gift shop finally. I get a magnet. Yay. And I'm on the verge of tears. But then we go to the lodge, like, eatery area. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to be honest, one of the best chicken sandwiches I have ever had in my entire life. And I have some of the best fries I've ever had in my entire life.
That's really special.
But I was holding back the tears. I'm going to be completely honest.
Can I be frank with you now?
Yes.
When I said, is there something you need to confess? I was not talking about any of that. I just meant that you called Yosemite Yosemite for all of your life. That's what I was referring to. I didn't know you shit on a national treasure.
You didn't know that?
I told you. You didn't tell me. I did not know any. This was all the first time I was hearing this. Yeah. I was not talking about that at all. That's
what I was like, bro. Let me
tell the story. Why are you like bringing up the end of the story?
I know. I was like, dude, like there's a climax to it. Like you got it. I got it.
I shit at the top. Why would you bring that up at the very beginning of the story?
I just got to Yosemite, bro.
I understand how a story works. I did not know you did that.
I thought I told you.
No, I was just referring to the fact that you called Yosemite Yosemite for like 90% of your life.
Yeah.
And I always thought it was a bit. I'm like, oh, Laura's so funny.
No, I just
You meant it with your chest. Oh, well,
I guess I will confess that. That's true, too.
That's awesome. Well, I didn't have any interesting stories in California. I went to the Redwoods. I went to the Redwoods National Park and State Parks up in Northern California for 10 days. I hiked every single day around.
That's good.
Average like 7 miles.
That's good.
Every day.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Was it flatter?
Or
was there some elevation?
There was one trail literally called Zigzag because it was just
switchbacks.
Yeah,
girl.
But the elevation change was only ever, I think the highest or like the biggest elevation change was 900 feet.
We were like up like 2,000, 3,000 feet.
Yeah, no, these were like normal trails just going up and down hills and stuff.
That's
it was
nice.
Some of the most beautiful. I mean, these are like the biggest, oldest trees in the world. Some of them are like 3,000 years old.
That's crazy.
And alive and kicking. And it's just like, I get to like touch a 3,000-year-old being. That's great. It's cool.
Sounds like you said bean for a moment.
Oh. Well, I spotted 10 banana slugs on the trail. My father and brother spotted 0. So
open your eyes, bitch.
Open your eyes. They're bright yellow.
Is that where you get the banana slug?
I did get a banana slug from the gift shop. He's about like this big.
He's so cute.
He's really cute. Yeah, that's about it. All that really happened was that I learned that basically everywhere in Northern California and everywhere in Oregon except for Portland is super conservative.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Our next door neighbor was just covered in Trump stuff.
Oh.
Like, it was, and everyone just looked, because the temperature is just always like in the 50s, that everyone just has like, it is like a hoodie that is just glued to them, or like a flannel that is just a part of them. And
really feeding into the stereotypes.
It's really, really validating the stereotypes. I was like, oh, like I get grunge now. This is just like a practical thing. Yeah. You just live in this stuff.
Yeah.
24/7, because it's always just a little cold. So everyone was just kind of grungy and conservative, which I thought was pretty funny. And gas was $6 a gallon. That's literally all I did was hike. It was like chill. It was like whatever.
That's good.
I didn't do anything super crazy. I did read Percy Jackson, though, because whenever if I'm on a family vacation, I tend to regress mentally.
Mm-hmm. But also, I'm just
returning
excited
to my inner child for safety.
I don't remember the books. I didn't remember the books. Like, I remembered, like, the stuff, like, the big things that happen in the books, but I don't really, like, remember, like, the little things. I mean, so I was like, I needed to reread them.
Rereading Lightning Thief was such a joy. I was like, obviously, this is written for a 12-year-old.
Yeah, but also, like, this is a really funny book.
Really quality. Like, this is so nice.
And, like, with, like, now, like, The Lost Hero, it's, like, a little bit more, like...
It's a little bit older.
I'm like, ooh.
like I said, we're just two 23-year-old little girls.
I'm just a 23-year-old. I said that to my dad the other day because I'm trying to buy a car, right? And he's like, I'm just a 23-year-old little girl. He's like, no, you're a grown-up now.
Yeah, I was like, if I said that to my dad, the lecture I would get, they do not understand that I'm being silly. They would
also real.
Silly but real, but they don't even know that. But they would freak out and be like,
my dad was like, no, you
need to grow the hell up.
You're a grown-up now. I was like,
on the
wrong.
You know I know that, but
wrong.
But come on now.
Shut up.
Don't
be mean.
But
take it back.
There's literally one of the most annoying conversations I've ever had. Sorry, Dad.
Shout out, Dad.
We were at this like fisherman's restaurant in Northern California. Anyways, having a conversation with my dad on this trip, and I forgot what he says. He's like being hyperactive. I don't know. He says some like
quirked up
he was being a little quirked up, and I was like, chill out. I'm tired. We hiked 9 miles today, and I haven't eaten. I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
And he's just like, my motto in life is like never give up. And I'm like looking at him like just fire coming out of my eyes. You know, and I'm like just twitching, shaking from like
I needed that on my hike up.
Sugar crashed. I'm just like my nails are fully in the table, and he's like, my motto, I think, in life is never... Oh, and this was after he told the waitress... For some reason, IPAs are really big in Northern California.
Oh, of course. I mean, come on, man.
But, like, it would be like a rundown little diner, and they'd be like, do you want an IPA? And I'm like, oh, that's weird. That doesn't really match with the vibe here. Because in Austin, it's kind of, like, hipstery, but there it's just, like normal bars and IPA stuff.
Well, yeah, anyways, but it's close to Seattle.
Right. But... my dad was just like, do you have an IPA on tap? And I was like trying to like keep the gun from my mouth. Shut up. Can we order food? I'm just like freaking out, but I'm trying to like restrain myself. And then she's like, sure, do you want to sample one? And I'm like, and he's like, yeah, I'd like to sample one. And so he samples it, and then he sends it back for being too cold. And I'm shaking up.
You want a microwave like the tap?
He was like, oh, for the flavor, you've never He tells the waitress this, and I'm trying not to light myself on fire to distract the waitress.
Yeah.
He tells the waitress, he says, oh, you're never supposed to serve IPAs this cold. You can't taste any of it. And I was just like gripping the table and trying not to kill myself. I was just like, shut up. And then she goes away, brings him a full serving of the IPA. Have not ordered yet. I'm so hungry. I'm eating saltines on the table. And my dad just goes, my motto in life is never give up. And I'm like freaking out. And he's like, Katrina, what do you stand for? And I'm like, oh, get me out of here. And he's like, what do you stand for? Mm-hmm. And I'm trying...
That's a casual question to ask anytime, anywhere.
Yeah. After hiking for 9 miles and I haven't eaten in like 6 hours, I'm so hungry.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, what do you stand for?
And I'm like, oh my God.
What did you
and I tried being casual. I was putting on this was just...
A facade?
Yeah. I was trying...
Were you lying?
Oh, no, I was trying to be, like, casual and funny. Trying to just, avoid the question.
Fair.
And I was like...
He doesn't need to know this.
He just doesn't need to know this. And I was like, Dad, I'm not a company. I don't have a mission statement. And he was like, oh... good one, but seriously, what do you stand for? And I was like, I was like fumbling with the ketchup on the table and like just trying to distract myself. Yeah. And I once again try to push off the question by giving him like a silly answer. Mm-hmm. And I turned to him and I'm like, Dad, my life motto is that shit happens. And he like drops what he was holding. And he was like, Katrina, that's a horrible outlook on life. And he starts in on this huge lecture on me, and I'm just freaking out.
We haven't ordered yet.
We have not ordered. And the waitress comes by, and he says, we want time to decompress. We'll order it in a second. And I'm freaking out. And he's like, just goes into this huge lecture about how that's such a pessimistic thing to say.
Yeah.
And I have to, like, control myself and be like, Dad, I didn't mean it. I was joking.
Yeah, it's
my life motto is not shit happens.
Yeah.
And I also, not gonna debate with you, I don't think that's a pessimistic view.
Yeah.
I think that's just...
kind of neutral.
Pretty neutral and just real. And he's like, oh,
He said, sorry, keep it real.
Sorry, keep it real, Dad. Sorry.
My bad.
You don't want me to keep it 100?
You want to keep it, you don't want me to keep it 100 emoji?
And then I lit a flare to get the waitress to come back.
Are you joking?
Yes.
Wasn't you like, whoa?
But I was just like, I was like pulling up like a white flag trying to signal the waitress,
Please.
this table, please. And then my food came.
Was it wrong?
It was the right order, but it was like salmon and rice, because they have a lot of salmon up there.
Oh yeah, sounds yummy.
Yeah, sounds yummy. They know salmon. They got a lot up there. And it was completely raw. I ate my soup, and I ate the cooked edges and the cooked top, and then it was just a pink blob of flesh. And I was just like, help, get me out of here. This sounds so spoiled. I'm on vacation and I'm at a restaurant, and
No, that's rough. That's rough.
I was like, it's just raw. It looked like strawberry jello. It was...
You're tearing up.
It was gross.
Why didn't you just be like, can you recook it?
I didn't have the words. I didn't have the energy to make that sort of connection.
You're like, that's too much.
I would have to flag her down, and I'd be like, it's not cooked. And then I was scared she was going to be like, well, that's how we do it here in nowhere, California. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I'll just eat it.
I'll just eat it.
Thanks.
But at the end of the meal, when she took my plate and she saw I ate everything but most of the fish, and she looked at it, she said, oh my God, are you still hungry? We can get you something. Do you want a dessert or something? I'm so sorry about this. And I was like, no, it's okay. I think I'm going to go home now.
I'm going to go home and cry about it.
I'm going to go home and read Percy Jackson. I'm going to regress to being 12 years old and feel safe.
After this really raw, unsafe salmon. Oh, read Percy Jackson.
I'm going to go protect my inner child about this. So yeah.
Well, that's fun.
That's the only story I really had. It was just like a really bad conversation with my dad.
Dude, can I just say, Dad, like, you bring this up and it makes me think of something, because, like, my dad will say the randomest phrase, and he'd be like, you know, I've always said that. You've not said that until just now.
Is he doing a bit? Because
no.
if it's a bit, that's
He's
great.
He's not. That's the thing. He'll be like, you know, girls, like, if you ever just, like, you just put your head down and you work hard and, like, you know, you do what you need to do and you believe in yourself and you do all these things, like, you'll get where you want to go. And you know what? I've always said that. And I'm like, when have you ever said that? You've never said that before. But I love that.
That's super funny.
Yeah.
Dads are crazy.
They just love to say things.
Dads love saying things.
And they're like, here's some advice, but it's not really advice. They're just saying stuff.
Dads love messing with waitresses and saying this IPA is too cold. And I'm trying not to freak out.
You can't taste the flavor. We'll order. We want to decompress. That's a crazy thing to say.
Literally to send a waitress away and say, we all knew what we wanted to eat. And he was like, he sent her away. And he loves explaining to waitresses why he's sending them away. He's like, we've been hiking all day and I just want to enjoy my drink. And we just want to, he like does a little like emotion, like he signals, we just want to decompress. We want to decompress. And I'm gripping the table and I'm freaking out.
Guy, like, you're sweaty and stinky.
I'm sweaty. I've put myself in a straitjacket to restrain myself.
You're like, yeah, okay. That's crazy.
Anyways, I'm sure there's other stuff that happened. It was a 10-day hiking trip.
You
so,
just block it out.
I just blocked it out. I had a lot of, like, it was the cleanest air I'd ever breathed.
That's nice.
And it was beautiful.
That's good. Yeah, the second day?
And you're not supposed to serve IPAs that cold.
You're not supposed to serve IPAs that cold.
Everyone knows that. Everyone wants to taste IPAs. They taste.
I want to taste all the flavors, the flavor profile,
the hops and the floralness.
Shut up. No, the second day of the hike, I just remember I could not walk properly. I was in so much pain.
Oh.
But it was very chill. We did like very chill stuff, and I had a very spiritual moment in the meadow of the valley.
Did you just take a shit?
I took another one, yeah.
Did you?
No.
You're like, dude, just go before you get out there.
No. Because that was like, I could have gone to like the lodge, but no, because it's like you're surrounded by like all these big formations and stuff, and I was just like looking at everything. I was like,
oh, I'm so small.
I was like, it was one of like, it just reminded me of a different time in my life where I was truly so content and not thinking about anything but just like that moment. It was like a very beautiful experience.
That's gorgeous.
And I loved it.
That's wonderful.
I loved it. But no.
All right, we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah.
All
Family
right.
trips.
Family trips, prom,
Murder house Airbnbs. I
Airbnbs.
feel like we touched on a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, if you want to like see any visuals from our trips, go to our Instagram at Do It For The Bit Podcast and follow us there. Check it out. Check out all of our video podcasts on our YouTube channel at Do It For The Bit, I think.
Yep.
It's either that or Do It For The Bit Podcast. I don't remember.
Okay.
And if you really like this podcast or really like this episode, please rate us 5 stars. I'd really appreciate it, and it would help us. And share it with who you think needs to hear about family vacation stories. Yeah.
And if you visit us on our Instagram, please, tell us.
Please.
Please tell us about your horribly awkward family vacation stuff.
Ain't that just the way?
Ain't that just the way? We love that kind of stuff.
All right. We'll catch you in the next one.
Thank you for watching and or listening.
Thanks, y'all. Okay, bye. Have a great day.